The next session is not obviously related to the previous one. Actually, there are not two but three speakers. The third one is Philippe Etienne, former ambassador of France to the US, former Sherpa of President Macron for the G7 and the G20. Thank you, Philippe. Tu es très visible, c'est magnifique l'endroit où tu es. And we are going to have a discussion on the G7. The reason is, perhaps we could close the door, please. Thank you very much. The reason is that there is an interest in the G7 because it has the reputation of being small and beautiful on the one hand. By the way, it was founded by President Giscard d'Estaing in 1976, and on the whole has been relatively successful along the years. Today, many countries would like to join the G7. By the way, Russia was for a few years a member. It was called then the G8. But in fact, talking about enlarging the G7 raises at least two questions, basic questions. The first one is, what is the real purpose of the G7? What does it aim to achieve? What is its legitimacy in terms of participants? What is its efficiency? These are the kind of questions that has to be answered before we talk about enlargement. And to discuss these issues, so we have, I mentioned Philippe Etienne at first, because as I recall the G7 was a French creation. That was a G6 at the time, G5 actually, and G6. So perhaps Philippe will help us to put this in a historical perspective. We have Lee Min, who is a diplomat, a Korean diplomat. Korea would like, or some Koreans would like to Korea to become a member of the G7. Lee Min is specialized, is a great expert on economic diplomacy. He has a great experience, particularly on the G20. And we have Gary Littman, who is vice chairman of the American Chamber of Commerce. And I think his role in this panel is to tell us what the American business community expects from an institution like that one. By the way, I mentioned France twice. I mentioned it the third time because France will be in charge of the G7 in the year 2026. So I think this G7 issue is an interesting segment of the whole global economic governance issue. So let us start with Philippe.